plaintiff, Jada Broadnax, says the defendant is her mother, but they have never gotten along. Jada claims when she was 18, her mother kicked her out, and she's suing her today for unreturned property and emotional distress. Defendant Cynthia Hill says Jada is a beautiful young lady, but she does not approve of Jada's boyfriend because he physically and verbally abuses her. Cynthia denies owing Jada for anything.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay, this is my mother. Me and my mom, we don't get along.
Since when?
It's been like this for a long time. You know,
Were you a minor? What?
Yeah.
Tell me, describe some of the things that cause you all not to get along as a minor.
Like if I wear my hair a certain type of way, she'll ask me, why you wearing your hair like that? Or I don't like it. Or if I wear a certain outfit, she doesn't like it. She'll say, oh, you should change it. I don't like it. She just feel like I have to please her.
That's what a minor has to do. You have to do what you're told. You have to answer questions. Okay, so you're just confused. But what has happened since you were an adult?
We just get into a lot of verbal arguments.
Okay. When you were an adult, you moved out at what age?
I got kicked out. It was at age 18.
Okay. Why were you kicked out?
It was around this time last year. I was going to my boyfriend's house, and anytime I go somewhere, she wants me to like text her, call her to make sure that I made it. And I arrived, and she texted me and she said, "Did you make it?" And she didn't give me a chance to reply, so she double texted me and she said, "Oh, so since you're not responding, you can't go back over there anymore." And I was like, I'm tired of you trying to tell me that I can't do things.
Right.
Like, I'm getting too old for this.
Right.
And she said, well, if you don't like it,
leave.
you can get out.
Did you tell her I'm going to leave and get my own place? Did you tell her that?
No, Your Honor.
No.
Why not? That's what people do when they get fed up with living with someone else. Just go and get your own place. Be grown.
Be grown.
All right. Let me get some background from you.
That was great.
Jada is a beautiful young lady, but she has a smart mouth, a bad attitude, and lacks poor judgment. The reason I say this is because she has a boyfriend that I don't approve of. He's verbally and physically abusive to her. They fight each other. One day I get
Physically?
Yes. I get a phone call from her one day asking me to come and get her. She was at the ER at the time, but when I get to the boyfriend's
emergency?
home, yes.
No.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, when I get to the boyfriend's home, she was there. She comes out with a few items, gets in the car. She tells me about what happened. I asked her what happened. She said we fought, and he hit me really hard. She gets in the car. She got bruises on her neck and her ear. She said he was hitting her so hard in the ear, and the licks was hurting so bad that the ambulance made her go to the emergency room, make sure everything was still working, but she was still functioning.
So none of that happened?
Okay, I do recall coming from the emergency room.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah.
You just said you didn't.
I remember, yes.
But you just said you didn't. This is something you would absolutely remember. You interrupted your mother and say, no, that didn't. Go ahead.
Yeah, so she was telling me that they fought, and I came and got her, whatever. So she comes home for 2 days. She was good for 2 days. I go to work, and she's back. I come home, she's back, not doing her chores, back with the boyfriend, and I'm afraid to get a phone call one day saying she's severely hurt or killed. I'm afraid of that.
How often have you heard about domestic violence with them?
Twice.
And over the course of?
It was just twice.
Okay,
that's when it started.
1 year?
Yeah, 1 year.
Okay.
Yes.
They're still together
yes,
now?
Sir. Yes.
Okay. All right. And you want to tell me what you're suing your mother about?
Yes, Your Honor. Of March of this year, I was out over my boyfriend's house. I was trying to gather my things together to file my taxes, so I texted my mom and I said, did you carry me on your 2019 tax return? And she said, yes, I did, Jada, because I was informed that I would be receiving a stimulus check if she carried me. And she was just coming at me nasty, like, you don't get a stimulus, dummy, like, you don't get one unless you file. So about 2 hours later, after she had enough time to process to get angry, she said that she was gonna up rent by $200 So when I moved back into my mom's house in January, when I was gone for that 6 months, and I came back in January of 2021, she said, you don't have to worry about paying any rent. You don't have to worry about paying anything. But I insisted to pay $100. And then all of a sudden, she was like, you have to pay $200 or you can get out. And I said, well, I didn't agree on that when I moved back in. So I'm not going to pay you $200. And so she said, okay, well, the same thing, you can get out. So then I stopped talking to her. A couple of hours went by, I get a phone call from my auntie saying, Jada, your mom and your brother are throwing your clothes, your shoes, and your 2 guinea pigs outside the gate. We proceeded to go to my house, my mom's house, and I made sure I called the police so that if there was any confrontation, they would be there. I explained to them what happened, and me and the police officers went upstairs to my mom's apartment door. They knocked on the door, asked to speak to her, and they asked could they come in, and she said, yes, you can, but she can't. Her and my brother basically lied to the police and said 6 months ago when I left that I took everything with me. I took my clothes, my shoes, and my 2 guinea pigs, and I didn't leave anything there, that there was nothing in there. So basically, they threw all my stuff outside. So when the police came, they lied to me.
Your brother lie on you?
We don't have a good relationship either.
Why don't you have a relationship with him? Nobody likes you. Let me explain the law to you first. One, you were a month-to-month tenant, and she was only required to give you a 30-day notice to do anything. She needed to give you a 30-day notice before that $200 can increase, or she needed to give you 30-day notice before she evicted you. So that is the law. So she had a right to say, give me 200 more, because you didn't have a signed lease. If you don't have a signed lease, you have a month-to-month lease. So let's see what happened from your standpoint, ma'am.
Well, Jada was put out due to disrespect. She was disrespectful. I told her if you continue...
Let's start with the agreement to stay there, and how long had she stayed there, and did you try and increase the rent, those things?
When she came through, she was getting unemployment at the time. I asked her, I said, you come here, you have to pay $200 a month because her brother pays rent. So why would he pay rent and not her? So she agreed, and I was cool, but she was having some issues with getting the unemployment. So when she was certified, the money wouldn't be on a certain day. I was cool with that. So when it comes on, she gave me $150. I didn't complain. I just took that, and I was cool with that. But Jada is very disrespectful. She's always have been, and gets worse as she gotten older.
So in this instance, what happened? The instance in which she said you put her things out.
This day I come home, she wasn't there, the chores wasn't done. I text her, she didn't respond. I called, she didn't respond. It took her a minute to respond. I'm gonna say 30 minutes. So I call, I'm like, okay, why she not responding, But that's her.
You sound like me. I get mad when somebody responds to me in 5 minutes.
Right, so I knew she was with her boyfriend.
Be on the plane, in the bathroom, they could be doing a million things.
Yeah.
With my little impatient stuff, I got to hear back. Go ahead. You sound like me. So 30 minutes isn't unreasonable. So what happens? You say, I need to be listening to my own advice. What happens? 30 minutes.
So she did respond through text. She didn't call back. She was like, I don't know what your problem is. Why you always attacking me? And I told her, I said, look, I'm going to put you out. I'm not going to deal with your disrespect anymore. I've been down this road before. I put you out one time. This will be the second time. She texting back talking about, you can't put me out. My clothes are there. I stay there. I get mail there. And I'm like, you're not going to stay in my home and disrespect me and talk to me like that. I'm not going to be bullied in my home. You disrespect me. She was just being disrespectful through the text messages. I was forwarding those text messages to my aunt, who I consider my mom/aunt because she raised me after my mother passed.
Anybody want me to see text messages that were sent? You mentioned some earlier. What page is that?
Yes, sir. I have some on page 11 where she said, okay, Jada, you need to watch your mouth or I will put you out. Stop with the smart remarks. Respect me or move out. On page 12.
You told me that. You just proving her case.
Okay.
You proving her case.
Okay, Your Honor. On page...
Okay, she telling you to watch your mouth. You disrespecting her. She's saying exactly what she said she did and what you did. Okay. What else you want me to read to bust yourself?
On page 12, Your Honor.
Well, what'd she say there?
At the last bubble, she said, and you need to find your piglets a cage really soon. I'm not going to ask you again where they have to go. She was claiming that when I left 6 months ago, I took...
Why didn't you read the first sentence of that text?
Your rent is $200 a month. You already
Yeah, why
100
did
in the
you
hole.
leave that out just now?
She sent that after
No,
we had
no,
the-
ma'am. This is one text.
Okay.
Why didn't you read the first sentence? You left that out to deceive me. You left out the part when the reason this text occurred was about the $200. And she telling you you're in the hole because you only gave me $150. And you need to find your piglets in a cage really soon. I'm not going to ask you again. Well, thank you. Once again, you've proven her case. Anything else to prove her case?
14. The last two bubbles, she said, you don't get a stimulus, you didn't file your income taxes, stupid. You have to file to get one with your dumb A. And yes, if I want you out, you would get out, period. I know people who would drag your A out my place. So when she was lying to the police saying that I wasn't living there and that when I left 6 months ago, I took my clothes, my shoes, and my animals with me, there's proof that she said I need to get a cage for my piglets. And she said that if she wants me out, then she will kick me out. But she said I wasn't living there in that 6 months.
You spoke, the reason she responded to you like the one you're reading is because the one above that you sent was very disrespectful. All right, ma'am. And what about her property? It sounds like you took her property or kept it.
Well, I brought her luggage, her things right there.
And what's your emotional distress for?
Your
I need to
Honor,
be suing for emotional.
I don't have my guinea pigs anymore. She threw them out, and I don't know what happened to them. Like, I haven't seen them since the March of when the incident happened. And, you know, I put my time, my love, and my money into those guinea pigs. And she knew that she couldn't get to me any other way, but
What happened to the guinea pig?
She didn't have any guinea pigs at my home.
Okay.
she said my piglets weren't there. But in the messages, you said I have to find them a cage really soon. I had two girls. Their name was
What do
Ginger
you
and
say to
Lulu.
that, ma'am? She shows me a text where you says you had to find a cage. So that
Well, I
means they
didn't
were
wanna bring
living there. I
up
see
the-
what she learned to lie.
Oh, no. No.
Why did you say they weren't living there and then you sent her a text saying she has to find a cage?
That's
What happened to my guinea pigs, Mom?
So I'm going to give you your things back and dismiss your case beyond your clothing. Have a good day. That's
All right.
your judgment and keep it moving. Have a good day.
I wish you well. I love you. And that's it.